Howdy! Welcome back to the HGC as we continue to finish out today's matches. We're getting ready for game number 3. Caldor, are you ready?
I want a cowboy hat.
You want a cowboy hat?
Yeah.
You can pull it off.
No, that you went for howdy.
Say it. It's good. It feels nice. Gives you some confidence.
We need some Texans in here that are saying like, we send you some proper cowboy hats.
Have you met like an authentic Texan?
Nope, I don't think so.
I'll have to introduce you. They're a little bit aggressive, man. They're great, lovely people, but they'll let you know that Texas is the best.
All right, so yeah, I've met some Texans apparently, but
have you?
I mean, Mitch is from Texas apparently.
Is he from Texas?
But the thing is, I've never seen him with a cowboy hat. Can't be a real Texan.
They do wear a lot of cowboy hats down there.
Yeah, like seriously, my prejudice towards Texans are obviously 100% accurate. So if he doesn't wear a cowboy hat, can't be from Texas.
That's true. Good factual stuff there, right there.
But I want a cowboy hat now.
Let's get you one. Leftovers are going to Volskaya Foundry. They won't get a cowboy hat, but they may get a mech. And they may need to get a win here. Because they're going to be outie sauce if they don't get the third, or if they don't get a victory here.
Might see a cowgirl. It's a good map for Vala. It's definitely a hero that we could get. You had no idea where I was going with this.
I would have gotten there.
Okay.
I believe in my ability. No.
I have to admit with Vala, one of the best skins that we still have, cowgirl or no cowgirl, is the master skin.
It's pretty good.
That one is actually...
It's not even called a master skin anyway, by the way. That's so 2 years ago.
Sorry?
It's not even called master skin anyway. It's been changed. It has actual names now and tens with it.
Does it still exist, that skin?
It still exists, but
Really?
our new players, they want to know what a master skin is, dude. That thing's not a thing anymore.
I'm all about the old school boys.
Yeah. Back when we were young, Caldor and I, back in the day,
I'm still young.
there were... young and beautiful. There were master skins, so once you played a hero long enough, you could actually buy it with 10,000 gold, and you could prove that you were a master player. It changed a little bit with Heroes 2.0.
Incidentally, 10,000 gold was also the exact amount you had to spend for the best mount in the game, which is the money pig.
Well, there you go. Master skin is the best
And
skin.
back
so
then,
many pigs.
10,000 gold was a lot.
Yeah. You had to farm hardcore.
Today I have like 200,000 gold on my account. I have no idea what to do with it.
Only
like,
200k?
Huh?
Only 200k?
I'm a pleb, I'm sorry.
What a pleb lord, dude. Dang, dude.
Anyways, we don't have a lot of plebs in these games, though, because that's where the pros hang out. Fnatic versus Leftovers, and so far, Fnatic has absolutely been dominating 2-0 against Leftovers as we head into game number 3. Volskaya Foundry changing things up a little bit. Leftovers with the map choice, and Leftovers are... It's an interesting map for them because they have played the map 3 times and they lost all 3 games, and they also picked the map 3 times.
They picked this battleground.
So it's really a battleground that they enjoy to play, but they haven't really found the success here yet. But it's still one of those where they are saying, yes, we went up against strong opponents, didn't work out, but we still believe in our abilities to take this map, and this is a map that we understand the most. And Fnatic this time, ban on Tracer. No Karazim shenanigans here, just respecting DAB, and there's our traditional second ban. Genji also taken out, especially after we've seen that on the last map, what Wimpy can pull off on that hero. They just decide, okay, that's not happening here.
Perhaps Leftovers should take the Fnatic approach and decide that they're not going to lose anymore. Because that seems to be working out for Fnatic. They have a 2-0, and they've looked pretty confident, and they've done a clear.
No, why not more teams do that? Just simply go in, have that talk as a 5-man, and say, like, guys, we made a decision. We kind of realized last week losing sucks.
I'm not a fan of it. Like,
yeah,
winning could be a good thing.
I tried it. It doesn't really work out for me. I don't see the appeal in it. I feel winning is a little bit more fun, so we're just going to win from now on.
I'm going to try that tonight. I'm going to play some Hero League, and I'm going to say I'm not going to lose a single match.
I'm going to watch.
I lost it already. Caldor legitimately has a curse. If you are a streamer and Caldor shows up, turn your stream off.
It's not a streamer, it's you.
Okay, maybe.
If he streams and I watch,
I just get nervous.
He always loses.
I get nervous. I'm like, oh, old man Caldor's watching me. He's judging my every move.
Talking about old man.
My hands start to tremble a little bit.
Talking about old man and trembling, I mean, we don't have Arthritis Boy Malfurion in play, but we have Deckard Kane in here.
Poor Deckard Kane.
Why poor Deckard?
You just gave him arthritis too? Like he's just
No. Malfurion has arthritis. Have you never seen, if you actually lock up, he always has the shakes there. He's like, he's not in a good spot. Like, that guy is not healthy. Someone needs to check him out.
Stretch those tendons, man.
Morales would be a good one. I mean, she has the medical experience. She needs to check out Deckard Kane because, Malfurion, because I'm worried about that dude. If you're that old, 10,000 years, I can understand that slowly and steadily you have a couple of issues to deal with, but he is not looking healthy. They need to send Morales over. Kane might be slow, but he's still in shape. You know, he's one of those tough old birds.
Maybe Malfurion is so powerful that he can barely contain all that power within him, and that's why he's shaking.
Yeah, that's it.
That's gotta be it, dude. That's gotta be it.
Sure.
Phoenix and Blaze coming out. Slows, salvo, boom. Leftovers set up pretty darn well here for this battleground, and of course the bunkers. What?
Can barely contain himself with all that
Power, dude. Silver linings, man. It's real.
Chromie and Urel. All right, there we go. Deckard Cain, again, we talked about old boy Deckard quite a bit. Coming into this weekend, 18-9, or coming in today. Really nice win ratio on him. He has zoning, he has so many tools. Nurok fanboyed the hero yesterday in the winner's interview after Team Liquid. Used him several times and said how great of a hero he is. The only downside on Deckard Cain, we learned this from Nurok, is that sometimes you can't get away if you get ganked by 5 people.
Yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes. So that's apparently the weakness of Deckard Cain, and Nurok still claims that the hero should not be touched because he's exactly where he is it's supposed to be. But we have Fnatic going a little bit deeper than that. Urel again for Last Hope, and as we said before, this is now the 4th time that they're playing Urel in Phase 2, and so far they haven't lost with Urel yet. And Urel is doing very, very well in games. And we have your girl, your previous girl, we have Chromie.
Chromie coming in here. We also have a fact as well. We got to make sure we deliver on this. The heart rate of GOAT is between 70 and 135 BPM.
There's one exception when the GOAT watches the mid-season Brawl finals where the two of us commentate and where we
250.
have teams like Dignitas and Gen.G go up against other. That heart keeps
That heart is beeping. All 4 stomachs going like crazy. Oh, that was another fact. I just leaked one. My bad. We'll go to fact next week about the 4 stomachs. My bad. I didn't mean to. So,
spoilers.
I know, dude. I literally last night when we came up with this idea, I read facts for like 45 minutes about goats. I'm a goat encyclopedia right now.
It's actually, it's honestly stupid. Like, we found a list with goat facts, and we just read goat facts.
What's funny is it starts with a joke, and we're like, oh, goat facts, this is gonna be so funny. Like, oh, that's kind of interesting, actually. That's kind of cool.
So if anyone didn't really catch up on why that is a bit of a meme, Urel is the GOAT girl. So yeah, therefore the GOAT fact. So if you tuned in a bit later today and you did miss the earlier puns about it, then you're caught up now.
Well, Maiev has been banned out. Fnatic taking away another specialty for the Leftovers.
And again, that's a hero that Leftovers played 6 times. No one else has actually played Maiev in Phase 2 outside of the Leftovers. But Fnatic is simply looking at this, and this is another map where they played Maiev several times, 3 times actually on this battleground. So this is a hero that has been a constant for the Leftovers. So great choice to ban her out. Fnatic definitely doing their homework here, but we have on Leftover side still a powerful composition with that Murden and Blaze setup again, and Malfurion now too.
Murden and Malfurion, great front line, Phoenix behind them. I need a little bit more damage. I think Thrall's going to be a pickup here for Leftovers for the 5th.
Going for the same idea that Zealot said earlier and playing a triple frontline. Yeah. It's a bit more of a North American style. We had that coming into Phase 2 in 2018 in Europe a bit as well, but it's more so North America that really enjoys these heavy
Tempo started that.
Yeah, exactly.
They were going heavy.
Tempo loves it. They did it in Phase 1 a lot as well. Yeah. So in North America, this is something that they enjoy a lot. If you look at Europe, it's mostly that double frontline, double melee, every now and then the 3rd coming in for sure. But I think they're going to rely on a range damage dealer.
Fnatic thinking about their pickups here. Thinking about Schwimpy's hero. I'm getting the feeling a junk grab might come out for him. Displacement, keeping away the people that are diving towards you. I'm going to be out there, though. Hanzo and Garrosh.
First time that they play Hanzo.
You want to change that? He heard your stat in the last match?
Huh?
You heard your stat? Schwimpy was like, you know what? We're going to change that.
The thing is, it's really interesting because most teams have played Hanzo 4 to 6 times already, and Fnatic is really the only team that haven't touched Hanzo in Phase 2 yet. Obviously, we are only going into the 4th game for Fnatic now, but still, they have already played 14 maps, and considering how popular Hanzo is and how powerful, it's still a bit of a surprise that they don't really value him enough to pick him more often. But they have a nice setup here. I mean, you have Hanzo now, you have Chromie, and I'm actually excited for Chromie. Mena's Chromie here again should be fun.
Yep, you'll be looking to stack as quickly as you can, especially on that Protector, if it is grabbed by the Leftovers. Leftovers still thinking about their 5th pick here.
The interesting part for me with Hanzo, just to come back on that, is I'd said earlier that Fnatic is currently the team that has the most heroes played. And considering that with 34 heroes played, they never even looked at Hanzo is just insane to me.
Well, here's Hanzo and Li Ming. Not over to Fnatic like I thought it would be. We actually go over to the Leftovers, as it looks like we'll be looking for some resets, especially in these fights. And if they can find it, they got a couple squishy targets on the opposing side.
Yep. Meets down to Chromie plays, really. Arrows, of course, on Hanzo are going to matter a lot here. That's where Shrimpy has to perform. The Goat helping at the top lane. I mean, it's beefy to take them down. Both killing Garrosh and taking down Yorel is going to be super difficult with this setup. Li Ming needs to fire some pretty sweet combos to make that work.
Well, Yorel and Garrosh will be able to buy that time, as you mentioned. Yeah. Hard to take them off. That allows Chromie to stack like crazy, heading into the mid game, making sure the setup. Is it going to be a temporal loop or a slowing sands pickup here? Temporal loop against a Malfurion can be strong, but you have to always worry about that bunker at 10.
Mena loves this slowing sand. He really likes to play around that, but I can definitely see both here. The bunker is a concern for sure when you drop into a temporal loop and it can be dodged. But yeah, I can see slowing sands for Mena, no problem, especially on the map. But we've seen so many good plays with temporal loop already. So,
all right.
In general, I'm excited for the Chromie play now. I want to see how much he can pull off with this.
I think that's the first time I've heard you say, I'm excited for the Chromie play in weeks.
ABCs, my friend. Always ban Chromie.
Always ban Chromie. Here on the left side, Breeze playing Garrosh. Mene will be on Hanzo. Shrimpy on Chromie. Last Hope on Yorel. And Smexy to play Deckard Cain.
And the Leftovers on the right side. Could be the last game for them here. Linked on Malfurion. So Leftovers are trying to put their name onto the scoreboard. Blue Kidney on Li Ming. Porty Boss. Blaze, Mopsio, this time on Murden again, on the Dwarf, and DAAB, after his Tracer got banned out, finds himself on Phoenix.
He's been doing well on the Phoenix. Continues to find those moments where he can land those salvos, but also a pretty safe Phoenix. I feel like he's never put himself in a position where he is costing his team a victory.
This is one of the dumbest things I've ever seen. Did you see what mount he uses?
No, I missed it.
He's actually on the Shark.
DAB?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that he is.
This looks insanely silly. I'm loving it. Like, look at that. I don't even know why I think that's so funny, but it just looks dumb.
The Protoss, man. They gotta surf too.
Yeah, the Protoss on vacation here. That's brilliant. I don't think I've ever seen anything that's even close.
By the way, it's Shrimpy.
Wait, can Phoenix use the pig?
I don't know. I don't play enough Phoenix, to be honest with you. I ran on the top lane for a little bit.
It didn't even... I mean, I play some Phoenix, but it never even crossed my mind to try that out. I assume he can't, but that would be brilliant. But putting him on the Shark, I mean, DAB, kudos to you. That's definitely... For me, that's the highlight of that map. There's random facts, I know, but still, like, random things like that make me giggle.
I have no idea if I can land the money pig. I'm thinking about it. I don't think so.
I don't think.
I think you can only like go on flat surfaces like little balloons.
Yeah, like the carpet and stuff.
Yeah.
But still, this is
MSB
awesome.
mounts, etc.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so far the wave clear for both teams looking pretty solid. Turrets grabbed instantly in a minute. Pretty typical between our teams. A bit of a flank though on the bottom lane as a knockback Porty Boss.
Yeah, really nice flank, especially since it interrupted his jet propulsion. So now Porty Boss is on the run, can finally use it again.
Waddled out though.
Yeah, waddled out, but it was a bit of a scary moment for him. Still has the happy cloud, and that positive thinking is what kept him alive here.
Yep. Staying positive gets you wins. That's what I've heard.
I wouldn't go that far.
6 stacks for Chromie.
Makes the losses a little bit easier to endure.
That's true.
You have to go for the Bob Marley here. Don't worry, be happy.
Do you actually know the lyrics to that song?
Sorry?
Do you know the lyrics to that song?
I know that part of the lyrics.
Just be happy, that's all I know too. I always see that fish that was on the wall. Just be happy. And he's waddling the entire time.
Okay, while we are currently here, I also have to quickly call out that Jayhao is an absolute god because he just came in and brought us a coffee, and I think we need to highlight that here.
Thanks, Jayhao.
So big shout out to our North American casters that are getting ready for the North America matches as the early game in this potential last map of the Fnatic Leftovers series. It's actually starting a little bit slow, but now that we have the control point unlocking in 10 seconds, the action is ramping up rapidly as both teams are caffeinated and are looking for that action.
That they are. Immediate damage coming out. She'll be firing away the Sandblast, but DAB doesn't mind putting out some decent damage already. As we have the bottom lane being the main point where our teams are competing. Leftovers actually having Murden tossed to the top left corner while Li Ming tries to disengage, but they are actually controlling the point. They jump up to about 18, 20, and it continues to climb.
MENA, I mean, we haven't really, I'm not sure if you mentioned it. I mean, you introduced the players, obviously, but I haven't really touched as much on the swap here that we don't see MENA on Chromie, but it's actually Shrimpy in this setup. And so MENA is currently the one that's firing away here. But just to touch upon that a little bit, with Chromio, of course, trying to stay as far away as you possibly can, it's a bit more difficult for them to control that point. But as I say, exactly that. Shrimp is the one that gets attacked upon, but Muradin goes down, even with the biotic emitter being dropped a bit late. There was just no way of keeping Muradin alive after all the damage came out and he got locked down. But that's a kill that Fnatic desperately needed, since they were slightly behind in experience. And it might not be a lot of a lead that we have for Leftovers, but that bit of XP that they were ahead brought them an early level 7 talent.
Finally, Fnatic hit 7 themselves after taking out Muradin. Leftovers had to back up. They have that top lane pushing in, and they also dealt with the bottom lane a little bit here. But with Muradin finally on his way, Leftovers rotate over in an attempt to fight. They have to be careful, again, with Breeze controlling that corner here on the bottom and left. He can toss anyone into that bottom left turret, and then suddenly Chromie comes out with that damage.
Leftovers does really well with the Shine control. I mean, Fnatic has taken a 99% lead, but Leftovers have taken that control point several times now and really established a presence with that Muradin and Blaze combo. It was just as Muradin fell as the scales started to shift a little bit in favor of Fnatic. Now they're trying to claim that space once more, and Potipos is dropping quickly down in hit point. Ooh. And there's the kill against Phoenix. Shrimpy with another dominant kill here. That should secure the first objective for Fnatic.
That big old hitbox from Phoenix. Chromie able to land the damage there. Dragon's Eye into the Sandblast, and DAB is no more. And instead, Fnatic will grab the mech here, and they'll go ahead and start working on this middle lane. This should allow for them to take a nice little experience lane.
Yeah, exactly. And also you're, of course, going to prep the top lane as much as you can. Level 8 is also in, so we're going to see very soon what Chromie decides to choose as the level 8 talent. And there it is, Slowing Sense. We've been pointing it out a bit with Bunker present. It's always a question, what do you actually get out of the temporal loop? So Slowing Sense for zone control, and also trying to simply slow down the aggression from Leftovers when they're attempting to make these plays for the control point. They're going to be crucial here. The attack is at least going to try and take down that well, but as we can see, Fnatic is pushing forward very aggressively. Last Hope, super out there, still has the survivability, but Fnatic might even be able to take down the fort itself.
Ooh, hang on, Breeze in the front line taking some damage. Yrel trying to get in the back, Potipos trying to slow him down. Breeze with 49 armor trying to escape, but Mopsio lands a Stormbolt, will take him out. Leftovers able to secure the fight. Yrel going a little bit too aggressive there. Fun fact, can't jump over Malfurion's root and gets cleaned up.
Yeah, and that's actually a huge problem here. That's the end of Shrimpy for sure. Smexy also gets caught. They were attempting to take the fort down and then escape, and the fort has fallen. The problem is, it wasn't really worth it. I mean, if you get the fort and you only trade it against 1 kill on Garrosh, that's totally fine. But losing 3 heroes here, that's a massive issue, since Leftovers have lost top control on lane, but now they are in a spot where they have claimed the biotic emitter, have taken map control for a period of time that allows them to get the items, and also has closed the distance in experience. Not only closed it, but they have actually surpassed Fnatic. So
yeah, they actually negated that fort and picked up the top right corner with kills.
Yeah, for the next objective, it's a good spot for Fnatic, because they have the upper hand now that the retreat point is gone and there's no fountain available. But considering that Leftovers have actually lost the fort and have lost a few towers, and Fnatic still holds onto all those structures, it's a problem for Fnatic that Leftovers is ahead experience, because they should be behind. But the kill count changes that. So if at any point the Leftovers start claiming objectives and take down those structures, take down the fort at the top lane, for example, after winning the top control point, that could snowball very, very quickly against Fnatic, so they need to be super careful here.
Well, Fnatic can rectify those mistakes by playing well here and grabbing the experience, staying as close as they can towards the Leftovers, and then, of course, winning the next control point, which they should be set up for. Especially with Ardent Defender coming online now for Yo, she can go as aggressive as we saw her behind that fort last time, but be able to get away thanks to having the ability to heal on up. And, of course, you always have the forced fight available with Dragon's Arrow and Slowing Sands. The control for them is spectacular.
Yeah.
Leftovers, however, have the ability to engage, and engage well between Muradin and, of course, Blaze. Finding those big moments and then having Li Ming get a reset is where they get kills.
And it's honestly what they need to do, because Fnatic's setup for the top lane is still way better than what Leftovers have. So Fnatic might find themselves in a spot where they're like, they can't lose the momentum on the map now, but they should still claim the top objective. Leftovers' only hope is really to get a good fight, get a good engage, and then find that kill. If they can make that work, then they have the chance here. And there's a Stormbolt set up against Shrimpy, but immediately able to get away quite quickly here. And of course, Smexy was ready, helping out with the zoning. But yeah, it's all about 13. Leftovers are going to get it, but I think Fnatic is going to have that. It's just in time for the objective.
Just in time. 13 hitting for Leftovers. Yrel working on that middle wave is where they'll get a big chunk of that experience. Time traps appear in the middle, as Chromie is hoping to maybe get someone that is rotating over, but with them being pushed back by Mopsio, unable to follow up. 13 still lingering for both of our teams. Leftovers incredibly close. Should be able to get here in the top lane. There we go. 3 minions for them to soak on up. And let's do it here. 13 to 12. Next control point in the top lane. Advantage over to Fnatic because they have their fort and their well. But Leftovers for now have the experience lead.
Yeah, Fnatic just needs to be careful until everyone rotated top. They cleared out another wave at the bot lane that's going to push the fort. Blaze even rotating down, and that's the moment where Fnatic is going to have the edge. There's even see vision granted by Chromie, just making sure that no one's waiting in that bush in case that Leftover sets up a trap. That's not the case. More vision granted by Hanzo, and that's fantastic with the setup.
Arrow, and it connects. But the Nature's Cure.
Yeah, an early arrow in the fight. That more or less guarantees that another arrow will be ready if the fight is drawn out over the objective, so that should still be able for them to use that as a bit of an advantage later on. But of course, for the next few seconds, it's not going to matter too much. But the vision aspect, again, on the side of Fnatic is fantastic because they always know what's going on here, thanks to Chromie and Hanzo.
Sun last hope. Breeze goes in, gets a taunt, knocks over DAB, but is able to jump into the bunker. So no blow up there for Fnatic. They have to back away. Twilight Dream being used as well.
But that's the moment when you can back and you just can heal up. You can even tap on the fountain if you have to, and then you can re-engage. And that's exactly what Breeze does. A quick tap, everybody else resets, gets ready, and now they engage into the fight again. And bunker is gone for another 40 seconds. And if you look at Hanzo's arrow, it's going to be back in just 15. So Fnatic can take that spot again. That's resources exchanged. They are still topped up in hit points. And a lot of the tools that Leftovers have to claim the space are now on cooldown.
Mopsio trying to find a flank here. Wants to get on Hanzo or Chromie. Trying to punish that Sandblast that she keeps throwing out. Not able to get over there as Yrel continues to hold that front line. Time Trap connects into a slowing Sands. Breeze is hunting. He finds DAB, and here comes the combo, but DAB able to dodge out and even misses out the arrow.
Yeah, the arrow is missing.
Reset.
Mena couldn't connect it. Mena barely surviving here. Gets away. Looks like Yrel is also going to escape here. And Mena still has the fountain, so again, this reset opportunity at the top lane is giving them a huge edge, but now we still have that contested. Leftovers, they are running a bit low on mana. Link is currently at 40%, so the longer this lasts, the more of a problem for him. Fnatic re-engaging and still Shrimpy firing away as the percentage points keep upticking for Leftovers. They're claiming it and they still have the Biotic emitter. Massive move here. Last Hope is low. Gets out, but DAB tries to confirm the kill. Is not able to pull it off though.
Wow, impressive save there, but Decker Kane not so lucky. Here's the reset. Blakidney able to get his reset on his cooldowns here. It's going to be a 5v4. Breeze steps forward, trying to buy some time while Chromie sieges from afar. But Leftovers are able to grab the Protector. Solid control for them. But again, DAB missing out on that combo, teleporting away and dodging the Dragon's Arrow just enough for his team to reset up.
We had some amazing escapes. Mena, too, on Fnatic's side, was able to just barely head out there. Same is also true for Last Hope. But now that problem that we've been alluding to earlier is coming into play. With Leftovers already getting an experience lead, even though they were behind in structures, they are now rapidly increasing that lead. Because at this point, they just have to take down a few towers. They do that at the bot lane, and they go for the fort at the top. And Leftovers will claim a very, very early lead 16. They are one level ahead already, and that's simply because they pulled even another arrow missing. Mena just not connecting them here. Barely, but he's not able to pull it off. Bunker ready to save the Leftovers. He's an attempt to go for the taunt, but DAB is still able to move out before Smexy can complete the Scroll of Sealing. Leftovers looking strong in Game 3.
Yeah, this disengage is pretty nice for them too. Being able to dodge the arrows has also been a saving grace. Looking over to Chromie though, she is getting close to finishing her stacks. 55 out of the 60 she needs to finish that quest. Leftovers with a 16 advantage and trying to force a fight. Chromie sieging from afar, but not able to land on anyone. Breeze needs to get out here. Stay a while. Lisa connects, but Mopsio continuing to chase. He'll have a jump up pretty soon, but can he come over the wall? Taking a bit of damage though.
Yeah, quest completed. Really well done by Shrimpy. Good move also by Breeze saving Smexy in this situation. But without the 16 talent, they don't want to fight. This is actually one of the problems that you have with Deckard Cain if you try and use Stay Away and Listen to save someone. Oftentimes you end up being the target.
Yeah.
And that's where Garrosh immediately just threw him out. So that works for them. Fnatic's objective is simply get 16. Don't die, get 16, then think about the next step.
They'll get it, but Leftovers continue to have this lead, and with that lead, they've gotten many items already. I believe they have 2 healing pulses and 1 turret. They're working on turret at the bottom right. Going to be a healing pulse at the very top as well, available to be grabbed.
The thing is that we have for Fnatic, with the quest completed now, Shrimpy really starting to rack up the damage. And also, Mena missed 3 arrows now, but all of them were extremely close. And if that arrow connects, Phoenix is going to fall. But it also just talks a lot about how strong DAB's map awareness is. He's expecting those arrows. He knows that he's the target. So every single time there's a situation where he could fall because he's deep and trying to get the damage, and he's also very aware of the minimap and just watches for Hanzo and when he makes his move.
And he needs to be too, as he's the main target.
Yeah.
You have Ice Block for Malfurion, he can dodge out on it. You have Li Ming with a teleport, so able to dodge it too. And you don't really land on main tanks there unless you're trying to burn them down. And you don't really have a tank comp to just try to destroy here for Fnatic.
Yeah. Tricky setup, by the way, for Leftovers to engage into this. There's slowing sands to deal with, there's potions already on the ground, but Fnatic is still willing to force that fight. But Polyboss is looking for that flank, and there it comes. They're trying to go immediately for Breeze. Garrosh survives for now. The point still taken. Last Hope is going to have to jump out here, stay a while and listen to buy some time. Mena in trouble in the back line. We're seeing Mopsio going for him. Mena still on the run and is actually able... No, he's not able to escape. The Stormbolt, the last second Stormbolt by Mopsio hits him in the face. And that's it. He's down. Pulse is claimed by the Leftovers. Full item control for them. They try to get the counter kill though, and this might actually work for them.
They just carry it around, no!
There's the kill, but the counter kill against Breeze, it's a trade, it's a 1-for-1.
Linked was ready to go. The Nature's Cure instantly allowed Murden to turn around and drop down the hammers. Now, eventually Murden does fall, but they also get a kill on Garrosh. 2 pickups. Fnatic only having 3 here, and they're setting up for defense on the middle of the map. Now, Leftovers, not having Murden here for 30 seconds, but still having a number advantage of a 4v3.
What
now
a game
control
here.
Point.
That game is actually spicing up really quickly, like kills everywhere, and Leftovers super aggressive now, since they of course know that they can play around the bunker, and they do it extremely well. The beefiness of their front line, that's something that Zealot showcased against Team Liquid, with a hit point heavy tank, Diablo in that case, and Blaze, and now we're seeing Leftovers with Blaze plus Muradin. Super difficult to break through.
With Phoenix being in the top lane, Fnatic will move over and grab the control point. Leftovers trying to soak up as much as they can as they move towards that level 20. They do hit 19, but they are still missing a full level. All 5 are up for both teams. Fnatic will have to consider backing up. Less Hope trying to buy his time here and make sure he doesn't get picked off.
One of the things that's really impressive to me is that we have on Urel Hand of Freedom, and despite the fact that you have the remove of slows and roots and the added movement speed, it's still so difficult for Fnatic to keep those heroes alive, just simply because we have such an abundance of lockdowns for Leftovers that they can always put Chromie or Deckard Cain into a really bad spot here. But again, the attempt to go for Mopsio here. They're trying to get that kill. There's a time trap. Salvo comes out, puts Breeze down to 50% HP. Last Hope hops out, and he as well attacked right away. The items are on the ground here. Fnatic already committed to their own turret. Leftovers is starting to get a bit closer to level 20. Bunker has to be dropped here as both of the teams are exchanging cooldowns and heroic abilities to claim the spot.
Chromie continues to siege away though, and she's sitting at 81 stacks.
Yeah.
Sands can come out too. She just deactivated it. Should be able to pop up. Finally, an arrow connects, goes straight onto Blaze, and with no bunker up, they can't save him. Polybus gets tossed to the team, and Fnatic gets a kill. But
counter kill against
Leftovers get a
Urel.
counterattack.
Here comes the stay a while listen. So many items on the ground now. The healing beacon alone is such a powerful tool here for Leftovers to just top up their HP again. And Fnatic is in a really weird situation since it's such a small distance to level 20 for Leftovers. If this is drawn out longer, the Storm Talents are going to drop eventually. Fnatic needs another kill, and Shrimpy is delivering on that Chromie for sure. He's at 84 stacks here, but now it's time for Garrosh to be in a weird spot. He's trying to move out, and that is it. He is down. Indomitable, yes or no, doesn't matter. They fall. Down goes the Protector for Leftovers. They are closing on that 20. Unlikely to finish out the game here, but they are going to get a massive advantage through this.
They're going to get to fort, can look towards the keep. There's a big wave in the top that Mena has to clear out. That'll give them a decent chunk of experience, but still no 20 for Fnatic. They'll be waiting for Urel to come back. Good news for Fnatic fans is Chromie here, of course, sieges really well on top of this Protector, and with her having a total of 84 stacks, if she can land a few of those shots, she will chunk.
Yeah, so far lands a couple. But yeah, this is a moment where Leftovers are going to look for the keep. If they can get a lot of kills, and they might even go for core, but the problem is Blaze isn't even here, so that's unlikely to happen. If Fnatic holds, they should have 20 for the next big one, and their 20 is powerful, it's strong. And as you said, And as you said, Shrimpy is actually doing really, really well getting those stacks together now.
He's getting them. Blaze is on the way. Leftovers is toying with the idea of going for a kill or even the core.
I just don't see it happening. Fnatic needs to be careful that they don't go
Davey. Bunker comes out, gets locked down. Arrow misses once again. Leftovers turn over and look at the core. It's dropping them pretty swiftly. Li Ying is low.
Kidney is low, is really low. They need to get those kills. Fnatic is going, but they actually are about to make it happen. So much damage, way more than I thought in those last few seconds. And Leftovers take the win against Fnatic, racing this way quicker than I expected it to be possible for them.
Massive win there for the Leftovers. The Bunker helping out, making sure to dodge out in the Dragon's Air that came out whenever we had Breeze move up to grab DAB. Li Ming staying alive forever on that back line, by the way. A lot of damage was trying to get her cleaned up. Even scatter arrows being tossed, unable to connect. And we have a series on our hands. We're going to a game number 4.
Fnatic looking strong in the first 2 maps, but now losing a map against Leftovers is already a nuisance. And of course, this could get worse. If Leftovers are able to win a second map and maybe even clench out a reverse sweep here, that could be a disaster for Fnatic. Map score, again, talk about it without end. It's so important, and Fnatic just lost an important map. That might come back to bite them when it comes down to BlizzCon, even Western Clash, depending on future performance. So, super important for the Leftovers. Great play here. They secured the map. That was really important for them too. But Fnatic, they need to step it up here now. I
really enjoyed how Leftovers use their composition to try and force fights a lot. We had Murden jumping in. You had Blaze always following that up too. That fight in particular on that top camp with the healing beacon, being able to move into that and force the aggression and get many members of Fnatic low, allowed for Leftovers to really show that confidence. So we'll continue to watch out for that as we get ready for game number 4. Something that we want to update you guys on at home is how many picks and bans come through the HGC. Who are